Hi, this is Mike J. Welcome back to the channel. What I want to talk about here today is my 2020 Toyota Supra, manufactured actually by BMW. Well, in 2 weeks, it will be my 1 year anniversary on my 2020 Toyota Supra GR. And this is what my feedback is on this $54,000 car that I spent a year ago almost. Would I do it again? The quirks and features and the things that I like and I don't like about this car? Well, let's start off by saying that it's one hell of an experience to own a 2020 Supra. But is it worth the $54,000 associated with obtaining one of these Toyota Supras? I would say no. If I would have to buy this car all over again today, experiencing this car for the last year, putting almost 4,500 miles on it, I will not buy this car again. And I will say that even though it's a great driving car, it's fun, it's fast, it makes all the right noises, it just doesn't make the type of noises that something like this would make or something like this would make. Nevertheless, it was an experience in itself to own one of these cars. And the thing is, these cars have lost a lot of money, and I feel sorry for the guys that paid markup on these Supras. But anyways, those of you know with used car prices, how they've gone up and how there's no new car in inventories to sell, well, right now this car is worth about $47,000. So that's not bad, taking a $7,000 loss in a 1 year period. That is because with the used cars prices being high as they are. Nevertheless, that this car would be worth a whole heck of a lot less if it wasn't because of the new car resale values that are going on right now. I got offered $51,500 for my Vet, which I made money, and of course my Camaro. It's still worth what I paid for it. But the Supras, for some reason, don't hold as well as the domestic V8s. But anyways, like I said, this is a daily driver for me, and I put like 4,500 miles in the first year. And let's do a walk around and show you how dirty this thing is. Anyways, I haven't uploaded a video in a while with my work being so busy with COVID. I mean, there are a lot of people that are benefiting from the COVID, depending on what type of work or business you're in. But life has been good over the last year and a half. And just been really busy, haven't paid much attention to YouTube or to make a proper video. But I know that my anniversary is coming up on this car, and let's just show what this car is like after a year. But anyways, these are staggered fit tires, and of course the front tires, they're wearing very good. Granted that I do a lot of city driving now because I don't live where I used to live, and I don't have to commute 50 some odd miles on the freeway. But anyways, these Michelin Pilot Super Sport wear really well. In fact, I think the back end is wearing better than the front is. But this is it after 1 year of driving and putting about 4,500 miles on this vehicle. And of course, you know, we have these soot built up on the exhaust pipes because of the DI motors that are all on these new vehicles. But over the year of using this car, you know, I do have a minor door ding right there because of being in a shopping center, parked. It's unavoidable, shit happens. And of course, living in Arizona, we always get cracked windshields. There isn't a day that goes by, you drive on the freeway, you don't have something hitting the windshield of your car. I do have a little bit of a ding right there on the windshield, but it doesn't affect the windshield in itself or the vision. But like I said, you know, this has been one hell of a ride. You know, drives really nice. But the thing is, it isn't worth the $54,000 that is associated with this car. Because the performance numbers, you could spend about 10 grand less and get something that does the same thing. But anyways, this is how the wear has been on this vehicle. It is really dirty. I haven't washed it in a while. I need to actually get the oil changed on it. Not because of mileage, but because of being 1 year old. It's 10,000 or 1 year oil change intervals for this car. So of course I do have to get it in and schedule an appointment. But the leather wears really nice, and carpeting, everything is really nice. As far as quality wise, you know, it's all up there because it's a Toyota BMW. But anyways, let's show you the passenger side of the car. And of course I never really have any passengers at all. But this is the wear and tear of owning this car at 1 year mark with 4,500 miles on it. I mean, I try to keep it clean as much as I can, but being that it's a black vehicle and being that it is a daily driver, it's near impossible to keep this car like a garage queen. Although that I did use this car as a primary car, but once I traded in the Camaro and bought this, my 18 1SS that I had, this actually became my daily driver. Well, it doesn't burn any oil. Let's take a look at the engine. I haven't even opened up the engine compartment in a while. Of course, it's a 2-pull system on the BMWs. I guess one to unlock the hood, the clamshell hood, and the second to actually release the latch. You don't need a pop rod. It's got the shock tower braces or whatever you want to call those. So it just opens right up. And here we have it, the B58 motor from BMW. Logo as Toyota. There's no ticks here, unlike Mustang Coyotes. Nevertheless, it is a very smooth running motor. And to tell you the truth, even with a lot of heat right now that's going on, I don't experience any turbo lag on this car whatsoever. So that is one thing that they did really well with BMW. One thing I don't like is that, as you can see, it takes a very, very thin oil, and it is a Toyota Supra Gazoo Racing GR oil that they put in these cars. And there's actually 2 reservoirs right there for coolant. So I was reading something that there is a coolant for low cooling and high cooling, and that's why the BMWs have 2 coolant bottles, because it actually disperses coolant to areas where it needs it, and where it doesn't, it doesn't. So it's a little more complicated than a domestic V8 or anything that I'm used to, because I'm used to Fords or GM vehicles. The motor is kind of dirty, but actually I wiped this cover down maybe like a month or 2 ago when I was just looking around. But anyways, those of you know that used car prices have soared beyond belief, you know. Is it a good time to buy a used car? Not really. Is it a good time to buy a new car? It's up to you, because new cars, there are hardly any rebates, if any at all. And used cars are just so overinflated, you know, but the interest rates are low. But as far as right now, buying cars, buying houses is overinflated. And I think it's going to be like that for a while, you know, at least with houses. I think this cars you know, is a temporary shortage thing with the chips that are inflating prices. But that should self-correct itself. But I've heard that it could be a year before that happens. But anyways, this is my 2020 Toyota Supra GR after a year driving with 4,500 miles. Should I keep it? Or should there be something in the future that's worth getting rid of this for? But anyways, if you like this video, please give me a big thumbs up. Please like, subscribe, comment, tap the notification bell for future videos. And I hope to see you in the next one. This is still my favorite. I just have a hard time parting with this vet. Unless there's a C8 in my future real soon. Thanks for watching. Take care.